top. Andy Ashby looking for a second win since July 8th. Giving up this hit to Mike Lowell ain't going to help. Mark Kotze, Henry Rodriguez score. Ashby, tough start. 3 hits, 2 earned runs in the first inning. 2-zip fish. Bottom 4, 2-1 Marlins, 2 on. Keith Lockhart facing Reed Cornelius. That gets through. Wally Joyner, he's hustling. He's old, but he's hustling. He's going to get in under the throw. We are tied at 2. Same score in the 5th. Ashby, Henry Rodriguez. Right there is Joyner. He scores one, and here he saves one. And just for good measure, step on a bag, double play. Bottom 6, 2-2. Javi Lopez facing Cornelius. Lopez, 2 for 26 slump, but comes up with a 2 for 3 afternoon. 2 ribs. It's 3-2 in favor of the Braves. More defense here. Rafael for Kyle. Look at the pick. Then up on the feet, throw to first, 6-3. That was sweet. Bring on John Rocker for the 9th to save this thing. It's 5-3. Rocker walked the first guy. Then Cliff Floyd comes on, and Floyd misses at 96 miles an hour. Kevin Millar air bat at 94. And then Dave Berg wasn't fishing, just looked at the hook. Rocker, 21st save. Braves win it 5-3. Ashby held it together after the first, and the fish did not score again until the 8th.
Mets also hope Ventura can get back on the highway. A 2 for 31 rut that was eased a bit by a 9th-inning game-tying double Wednesday against the Brewers. Says Ventura about the critical hit. I'll take any positive I can get right now. The Mets beginning their road trip at Montreal. And this is Edgardo Alfonzo in the top of the first, no score. Alfonzo last year, 27 home runs. This his 20th this year. Fair and gone, 1-0 Mets. Glendon Rush up on the top of the second. The pitcher, 2 for 48 in his career at the plate. And looky here. Gets through there. Jay Payton comes in to score. Rush's first Major League RBI. We're all tied up now at 2 runs apiece. Mike Piazza, he says he's tired, but this doesn't look like a tired player. Head first slide, safe, his 4th steal of the year. And on the next pitch, Jay Payton, who homered Wednesday, also homered in this one. This one to Vladimir Guerrero. Here comes Piazza. A developing situation. Piazza in there. Mets up 4-2. The top of the 7th, it's Ventura. Mets up 5-3, and Ventura a 3-run home run. Bobby V says Ventura is still a major contributor. Indeed he is. Ventura for the 2nd straight game coming through. His 22nd home run of the year. For his 20th win of the year, the one-time Yankee. Derek Jeter going for 3rd. Alberto Castillo guns him down. Meanwhile, 2 out, 2 strikes on Jose Canseco. Ring him up, sit him down. Andy Pettitte, meanwhile, going for his 19th win of the year. Top of the 4th, no score. Dave Martinez back to Pettitte, knocks it down, picks it up in time at first. The top of the 8th, pinch hitter Dwayne Wise on 2nd. Castillo drops the bunt. Pettitte fields the bunt cleanly, but is wild to 3rd. Wise comes in to score. Castillo moves to 2nd. Next man up is Shannon Stewart.
Pettitte hurried his throw. He threw up.
And Stewart drops a bunt. Issues again for Pettitte. Bobbles it. Makes a good throw, though, to first. And Stewart, though, beats the throw. Joe Torre, very un-Joe Torre-like, thrown out of the ball game. After a pitching change, Mike Stanton, who's been struggling, comes in. Carlos Delgado, down he goes. So it's 1-0 Toronto after 7.5. Bottom 8, Wells facing Derek Jeter. A swing and a drive. Jeter in the game, 4 for 5. This is 14th home run of the year. And we're all tied up at 1. That's the score on the top of the 11th, as Wells is not happy about what happened there in the 8th. In the 11th, Jose Cruz Jr. way back with a man on and barely gone. 30 home runs for Cruz Jr., the 4th Blue Jay with at least 30 homers this year. Watch Luis Polonia going back. Oh, so close, just over his glove for the homer. 3-2 Toronto, bottom 11, 2 out. Kelvin Escobar gets Jorge Posada to go. And the Jays win a critical game, 3-2 and 11. So neither Wells nor Pettitte gets a decision. For the 3rd time, Wells unable to get his 20th win.
In game 1 of the Sports Center Showcase doubleheader, Charles Nagy taking the helm for the first time in 4 months. Pedro Martinez warming up in the bullpen with a little extra security. Threatened, verbally assaulted in last year's playoffs. Top 1, no score. We got a score now. Nomar Garcia-Parra. They got a high wall out there in left field at the Jake, but not as high as the Monster. Bounces off. 1-zip Red Sox as Carl Everett scores. Nomar 2 for 4. Top 3, Everett against Nagy. That's a routine fly ball. Kenny Lofton, center fielder, usually gets everything, but not this one. A rare miss by Kenny. 2-zip Red Sox. Lou Merlone coming home. Bottom 5, Pedro Martinez. David Segui with a conk. 17th of the season. First run for the Tribe against Pedro in 32 and 2/3 inning. Indians down 3-2. Let's go top 6. Carl Everett facing Justin Spire with a man on. and that has outstanding height. Everett, 34th of the year. He was 4 for 5 with 3 ribs, and the Sox bounce on top 6-2. Indians pitching coach Dick Pohl, he's thinking, we need Chris Nitching. That's right, Chris Nitching. Jim Rice looked through the scouting report. Who is Chris Nitching? 3rd pick of the Dodgers back in '87, making his 4th appearance for the Indians. Charlie Manuel looks on, a little concerned. Noma on base, Nitching to Troy O'Leary. You know, you don't need a scouting report. If it's just up and over the plate, guys can hack it. 7-2 Sox. Bottom 7, Pedro Martinez facing Travis Fryman with a man on first and second. Drops a deuce on Fryman. He's out. And then 98-mile-an-hour heater past Russell Branyan. Pedro, 7 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits, 10 Ks. Red Sox win it by a count of 7-4. So the Sox take 2 of 3 at the Jake, with 5 ahead at Fenway next week. Pedro, double-digit Ks for the 15th time this season, 69th time in his career. There's Palmeiro against Max Suzuki, and Palmeiro drives a solo home run to straightaway center, his 36th of the year. Number 397, 34th all-time. One back at Dale Murphy, ties the score at 1-1. Bottom 7 is 3-1. Ruben Sierra in as a pinch hitter and delivers his first RBI of the season. Palmeiro scores again. Rangers lead at 4-1. Let's go bottom 8. Rangers up 4-1. Pinch hitter Chad Curtis against Paul Spoljaric. Curtis saw the stars at night are big and bright deep in the heart of his 8th. Rangers go on to win it 8-1. Solid outing by rookie Doug Davis. 3 hits and 7 1/3. Besides Curtis, Gabe Kapler also had a 2-run shot in the 8th. Tim Crabtree's save was just his 2nd in 8 chances.
Rockies and the Dodgers, top of the 5th, Todd Walker at the plate. Adrian Beltre, bare hand, and yes can. Top 7, Walker up again facing Onan Masioka. And Masioka makes a backhanded stab. Nifty play there. Bottom 9, Rockies up 5-4. There are 2 outs. Mark Ruzelanic. As we take a look at the replay. Now Mark Ruzelanic, score of 5-4, grounds out to short to end the game. And the Rockies win by the score of 5-4. Brian Rose, a former Red Sox, 6 innings of work, gives up 3 earned runs, but gets the win. He's 3-0 in his last 4 starts. Todd Helton, 0 for 4, the average all the way down to 375. In September, Helton's hitting just a $196. Pirates and the Astros. This is Jeff Bagwell in the bottom of the 3rd. A swing and a drive. Bagwell's 44th homer of the year, 1 more than the previous team record he set in '97. Bottom 9, we're tied at 7, bases loaded. Richard Hidalgo, the winning run. Chris Truby to center. Adrian Brown goes back. Hidalgo, the winning run. Here he comes. Do we have a situation or not? We do not. Game over. Stros win it by the score of 8-7. Houston coming back from 4 down to win it. McGuire unable to bat in the 1st inning. Top 1st, no score. Sammy Sosa looking for home run number 50. Pat Hankins freezes him. Bottom of the 3rd. Placido Polanco's at the plate. The left. Hankins comes in to score. J.D. Drew will be safe at 3rd. Shane Andrews going to 2nd to try to get Polanco. He's got a problem. He threw it away, and that allows Drew to come in. So the Cards are now up by the score of 2-0. In the bottom of the 5th, a little bit easier this time for Drew at the plate. There that one goes. His 18th of the year, a solo shot, and the Cards are now up by the score of 3-0. In the top of the 6th, Jeff Houston deep to right. J.D. Drew all over this highlight. Nice running catch right there. Story in this one, though, Pat Hankins. Strikes out 9 batters. Sosa 0 for 4 in the game. The Cards win it 4-zip. So Hankins, a 3-hitter. First shutout for him in 3 years. Struck out a season-high 9. Tony La Russa can cycle Tucker.
Center field.
Track. Wall. Makes the catch. Next inning, Charlie Hayes.
2-2.
Dimitri Young. He goes back and makes a great catch. And then the offense. 2nd, Pokey Reese gone. Lou Collier in the 2nd, his 1st home run of the year. 2 batters later, Jeff Jenkins, his 27th of the year. Then for the Reds in the 5th, it's Sean Casey. When the barrage ended, it was 6-3 in favor of the Brewers. Now for some pitching. David Weathers in the 6th. Pokey Reese, down he goes. Next inning, Dimitri Young, down he goes. 2 batters after that, Chris Steins, down he goes. Reds leave 10 runners stranded. Brewers win at 6-4. So Milwaukee is now 57-31 when they score at least 4 runs. The Reds a season-high 11 games behind the Cards. The Reds loss and the Cards win leaves the Cards' magic number to clinch.